Welcome to the channel. Today I'm racing the SAFFA 5K in Cardiff, going for a PB. Let's see how I got on. Welcome to Cardiff on this warm summer's evening. This is the SAFFA 5K. Bit of a hectic start, trying to find my place here, which for what is my first actual 5K race. Done quite a few park runs, but this is the first official 5K race, so let's see what we can do. My current unofficial personal best, obviously, is a park run, 17:18. That works out at 3:27 per kilometre. Today I'm looking to definitely go under 17 minutes, which is 3:24 per kilometre, but where I feel like I am in terms of my training paces, I think I'm looking for a 16:40. So if I can hover around the 3:20 mark per kilometre, that will be absolutely great. Now, when you have a mass start like this, it's quite hard sometimes to find your place, because there are people that start maybe a little bit further forward than they should, or a bit further back, that kind of thing. So you might have some people coming past you. They did kind of separate the start, but again, people all just jumped in as per normal. So now I'm just trying to conserve energy whilst going at the pace I want to go at. Now, I did not actually have my current pace on my watch. I just had my heart rate and the distance, because I don't want to worry too much about pace, because I want to go to effort. And in all honesty, in this race, I didn't really look at my watch that much, because I just wanted to go on feel and just try and do what I could do on the day and not worry too much. Now, as I've been picking my way through the field in the early sections here, I've been going past people steadily to try and find my position. Now, there's a runner on the right hand side here, Adam in the red, if you're right on the side there on the right, who I know is a little bit faster than me. So if I can just stay somewhere just closest to him, that'll be fine. So I was kind of running up towards him and almost going past him, but then as soon as I saw it was him, I thought, no, just calm down, just keep him within your sights, and you should be doing all right. There's a fair bit of tree cover on this course as well, so the GPS was a little bit all over the place. So some of the current pace that you'll see doesn't really match up. So it's good 600 meters into this race at this point, and it's still pretty busy. So trying to go around this corner, you have to be careful to pick the right line. So it was still something you had to concentrate on. But again, I can see Adam just slightly ahead of me, so I know I'm in a good position, and I just want to stay nice and relaxed and just get towards that first kilometre and see how I'm getting on. So we're coming up to the end of the first kilometre here. I told myself I didn't want anything quicker than 3:15 per k, so I wanted between 3:15 and 3:20, and there's a sign there, and I came through in a 3:17. Didn't know this at the time, but that was perfect. I'd kind of practiced my pacing at the start of the race, before the race, and my strides. That's what I normally do, just to try and know what that feel is. But it felt good. I felt like, I've gone through 1k, I'm not gassed at all. Let's see what I can do for the rest of it. I'm also now in a position where I want to be in the race, although it's still quite busy. I'm more around people who are running at a similar pace to me, particularly the guy in the white top who's just to my right there. I ran with him for quite a lot of this race, up until about the 3rd or 4th kilometre, I think. So it's just finding my pace, being in the right position, and just relaxing, and knowing that I'm going to have to work a bit harder later on, so just be comfortable now. So what I'm thinking here is I don't want to work hard until the 3rd kilometre really, so it's just about keeping my form right, doing my cues, so standing up straight, making sure I've got my heel kick going on. It is still quite congested, but just finding myself a little bit of space and just relaxing into it. Heart rate's looking alright. I've got a max heart rate of about 183. I don't really want to be in the 170s until the 3rd kilometre really. So I'm there or thereabouts. It is quite a warm day, so it will be a little bit higher than normal, but I was feeling okay, and again, I wasn't constantly checking it, and I wasn't going to slow down because it did feel okay. There's quite a nice long section along the park here, which was just quite nice to just get the kind of open the stride up a bit while staying relaxed. Just coming towards at the end of the second kilometre now. Just going along really nicely. I was feeling comfortable. And let's see the time as we come up to the sign here. So we've got a 3:19. So again, that's good. That's quicker than I want to be going, but I know that it's going to come into the harder kilometres now, and there's a little bit of uphill coming along here, as well as a load of tree cover. So again, I didn't just start going at 3:41 per kilometre. It's just the trees are just messing with the GPS. I was keeping it nice and steady. Now again, if I'd been looking at my current pace or average pace, I would have been getting freaked out at this point and trying to speed up and going too fast. So it's sometimes if you've got GPS issues, it's best just not to worry about it. I didn't know necessarily that was going to happen. It was a choice I made before the race, but I'm really glad I did. Now we're just coming up to halfway here. Now again, if you see the GPS is all over the place. There's a little turn here. It's probably the hardest bit on the course, and a gigantic hill. If we can get up it, massive hill, and it's done. So there we go. That is about the extent of the hills. Beautifully flat course here, and then we had a little bit of a down here. It kind of freaked me out a bit because I thought it was going to be a longer hill than that, and then I wasn't sure whether I was on a hill or not, and I just try and extend my legs and try and get moving. So just come over halfway there. I know that I got to that point without completely gassing myself. I was still feeling pretty good, but I knew now that it was all about making sure that I didn't lose any time and just keep my legs turning over, keep my form strong, and just start trying to slowly pick people off that have gone out a little bit too quickly. Now coming up to that hard third kilometre where you're just going to try and keep pushing. Now obviously I wanted to get under 3:20 for all the kilometres. This one comes out at a 3:29, although when I looked at the actual amount of time it took when I was editing, it was actually a 3:24. That just was the amount of time it took. It's just obviously the tree cover and various things have messed it up. Now again, if I'd been looking at my watch, I would have thought to myself, oh no, I'm slowing down. When actually I wasn't significantly, because there was that turn, there was a bit of uphill in there. So actually I ran it relatively consistently, but I wouldn't have known that. So the dreaded fourth kilometre, absolute business time. I've held it together up till now, and now it's just about trying to maintain the pace without dropping anything, and again, just trying to pick people off that have gone off a little bit too quickly, and there were a few of them in this. This is where you start to see a little bit of carnage with people running in quicksand or treacle or whatever, and just you're better off being the person that's been a little bit more conservative and just able to go. Now I'd been with this lad in white for pretty much the whole race, or since about 200-300 meters in, and I just felt at this point my legs were feeling pretty good, and I thought, is the pace dropping a little bit? So I thought to myself, no, now's the time, let's get going. Look on the right here, you can see Dawn Broom from Two Running Brooms, YouTube legends. It was nice to have a little chat with them as well. John was running today, so I'm sure we'll have a video and see how he got on. Now, it's really nice to be going past people, but at the same time there's a little gap to the next group. So again, it's about trying to bridge that gap, just slowly get there and just try and pick people off. It's really, really good motivation. And previously when I've done 5k attempts, obviously it's been around parkrun, so I've been running on my own, and it's just really nice to have people in front of you to kind of focus on, rather than just trying to keep your pace. It just feels like they're doing it for you a little bit. So I've just managed to get myself onto the back of this next group as we're coming up towards the 4 kilometre mark. And again, I could just see there were plenty of people in front of me, so plenty of people to keep my focus on. As we see that 4k sign just coming into focus now. Let's see what I had in the 4th kilometre. So a 3:20, so I've absolutely nailed that. I would have been really happy with that, but I'm looking at it now, I'm more than happy with that. That's where I wanted to be. That's the one where you can let a PB attempt slip. Whilst I didn't know the time I was running at this point, I knew I was running well, and it's just about trusting the training. And if you've done that right, then when you get out there and you race, you will, get the rewards. But again, it's just about being confident now and having that last kilometre and just working as hard as I can but not going too early, because I do like to sprint a little bit early sometimes. So I'm just trying to build, and I can see there's a lady in black ahead of me there who's actually being paced. So I'm just trying to just lock onto her and see if I can again bridge the gap to her and the little lad in the cap, and see what we can do. So again, round the corner, keep it going, see who's behind me. I wondered whether any of my Brecon athletes were anywhere near, but I couldn't see anyone. Now I know where I am here. I know I'm coming along. The final section is pretty much straight to the finish now, because we ran out this way before going around that corner. So now it's just about lengthening that stride, keeping the form strong, and trying to just squeeze it as much as I can, whilst I get towards the finish without my legs blowing up completely. Here we go then, not far to go now. Finally get stick that overtake, and off we go towards the end. Now it did feel like the end came up on me pretty quickly here, so I was speeding up. I was feeling not great at all. The lactate was big in my legs, but I was able to turn them over quite well. So I'm really pushing now. The 250 per kilometre, I mean, who knows what it was, because I was definitely speeding up at this point. I think the GPS is all over the place. He comes past me like I am not there. He's on a Sunday stroll. But then I did he go too early? I speed up again, and there's a bit of congestion, so I slow down to let that. Oh, someone came through on my inside. Got through and just ticked over to 16:44 as I went over the line. So more than happy with that. 5th K of 3:19, just behind Adam. Great day. So gun time 16:44, made up with that, but obviously I went over the line a little bit behind, so it was about 4 or 5 seconds behind. So my chip time should be quicker, and no, it's not. No, chip time not quicker. Something didn't work. So my Strava said 16:39, but I obviously got Strava taxed. Do I bother messaging the race organisers? I mean, either way, it's a 35 or 40 second PB. That's what I came to do. I wanted a 16:40. I got around that. It puts me in a really good place for my next marathon block. And also, well done to these other 3 legends who got comeback PBs and PBs. Great night for Brecon Athletics Club. So just about get Ev coming in here. Absolutely incredible run from him, with Reese not too far behind. Here he comes. And apologies to Sam, but my battery only just got Reese and I just ran out.
Yeah.